He find the tongue, the bell ring. Well, it wasn't that dramatic, but we're starting this episode with our segment, Nevis Nicely Votes. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another episode of our Frayko, the weekly show recapping the shenanigans and goodies happening in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm your host, your favorite Rasta, Sister Nikolae of Nikki's Hair Salon. Here we are at the week of November the 21st to the 27th, and Nevis is heading back to the polls on December the 12th to decide who they want to make more money than them. Hey, joke is joke. They're deciding who they want to run their affairs. That is the Nevis Island Assembly. Mark was saying all along he got the bell, but he couldn't find the tongue to ring it. Colloquially, he does say they ring the bell and school calling, so everybody find your class. So, Mark Butters. Because I got cousin named Butters. So, Mark butter us up with a long speech on Thursday. We don't know, from the time a politician start to plead the case, telling us all they done do and what they gonna do, we just know. So, just cut to the chase and tell us the date.
That the Nevis Island Assembly should be dissolved as of Friday the 25th day of November 2022. Nomination day for the election of representatives to the Nevis Island Assembly shall be Monday, December 5th, 2022. Election day on the island of Nevis shall be Monday, December 12th, 2022.
So, election again in Yoma Kazima, and for Nevis, they're basically always in election mode. Check this timeline. 2010 was general election. 2011 to 2012 was Nevis election, and the whole debacle with the court. Allegedly, NYPAAB lost that one because they tried to thief the election, the court ruled. CCM in since then. 2015, general election again. 2017, Nevis election again in December. 2020, general election again. 2022, general election again because of the broke up within unity. 2022, Nevis election again in December. That's 7 elections for Nevis alone in just about 10 to 12 years. Yeah, peace, yeah, my foot. They always with a dirty finger. Hear the Christian Council now. In the last December election, they were upset and met with Mark after it. In that meeting, he said he was wrong to have it in December. Here comes mischievous Mark with another December election. They wrote a letter to Mark last week, say they're not sitting idly Bible. Only them and God know what that mean. But I guess we're going to see what I mean in due time. Hey, Mark probably just laughed to himself when he make up his mind on that date. You hear me? So, both parties are campaigning strongly, trying to rally the bases in 2 weeks. Some say NYPAAB look weak going in, but he ain't over till the conductor signals the orchestra to end. We'd say something else, but we're going to move away from fat shaming. Divisions are honestly fed up to the number of elections, because they're always in election mode. So for some, it's a good thing the election cycles finally matching up. The only thing left is for them to have local election the same time as general election so that they won't have to vote once and done. While we in Nevis, the U.S. ambassador to Barbados and the OECS signed a grant for Nevis to restore the Bath Hotel and the Hermitage Inn. She visited the Bath Stream with Mark, and it was the cutest thing ever. The grant is about $290,000 EC to fix walls, lights, roof, etc. Going across the narrows before we get to somebody trying to put the Gigi in a wedgie. We're going to touch the Elusive 2018 IMF report, the one Uncle Timo never put out. While he telling us about surplus surplus. The IMF saying yes, but CBI money is dropping. Hold on. In summary, the IMF say, quote,
Growth decelerated marginally in 2017 as the continued decline in CBI inflows slowed growth in construction. Consumer inflation was low, partly due to a small contraction in food prices. The overall fiscal balance remained in surplus, but has deteriorated markedly since its 2013 peak. The debt to GDP ratio increased marginally from the previous year.
End of quote. It continued that the current account deficit remained high with a little shrinkage in 2017. CBI decline was offset by tourism and a decrease in imports. Added to that, foreign reserves at ECCB was damn good. And the banking sector had good capital and liquidity ratios. They were making back. He still had land for that swap to deal with, you know. That did a hurt the man. And we lost correspondent banking relations. Land for that swap came early 2010s and was basically the Labour admin then giving National Bank lands for debt they had. Back then, the debt was 2.9 billion, but all in the Reuters news article we reach. Uncle Timo was a part of the admin too, and he was privy to all this. Then Uncle Dougie fired him in 2013. 2015 was general election and Uncle Timo won. He campaigned on the fixing the land for debt swap. I know it ended that, but coming up the years, Uncle Timo came up with PAP. Not the porridge, eh? Although it might as well be that. But it was the poverty alleviation program. Was it successful in alleviating poverty in SKN? That's a discussion for another day because I know some of us still broke and salaries ain't move. We don't pay income tax, but VAT kind of heavy. Especially when we got to pay customs, CIF import duty, then VAT on top of that. What was there? Anyways, I digress. Back to PAP. It had in about 7,470 lumps according to Jeffrey Hanley in a speech on Sunday. The program was in two parts, the regular one and an expanded one for COVID. He said the value for an each part was about 3.5 million, but we ain't know if it's monthly. He also said the people on the regular PAP part get some amount and the extended PAP people get something else. It's kind of confusing, but you could watch it for yourself on SKNYS YouTube channel, not the website. This better not be another confused speech again, you know. Uncle Timo and Brother Juicy, the former AG, start the ish. Timo gave a speech at time during COVID, right? Say curfew's done, but lockdowns remain. So, people were like, we not curf down? I lock few. Brother Juicy come after, try to make it make sense. And it was an epic fail. Other than that, Jeffrey say 32 million was budgeted for PAP. But as of July, 26 million done spent, so only 6 million left. The threshold to be on PAP is to make less than 3,000 per household. Let's just pause right there. Accounting for inflation now, it's already bad that people making less than 3K. If it's a family of two, that means they're making $1,500 monthly. That's $375 a week. If it's a 3 people household, it's $1,000 a month. That's $250 a week. You see where we're going, right? If minimum wage is about $360 gross, that's $1,440 a month. So, government saying they're not employers paying less than minimum wage to then institute this program. Is any of this even legal? Going back to Jeffrey, he said 100 government workers they on the PAP, but some making close to 5,000. They get their boot, but apparently ministers could have just add anybody to ministerial submissions, and who ain't give wrong social security numbers, switch up their names to get tupe, argue and bank info. Full of lump, I tell you. Full of lump.
corruptions.
As with life, you know, you move from pap to hard food, then you start to make your own. Well, the graduation from pap in. As with life, you know, you move from pap to hard food, then you start to make your own. Well, the graduation from pap ain't happen. Although there was to be a case management process to remove people who grew up. Clearly that ain't happen because it is 2018 these people getting breast milk. Sorry, Lumpy PAP. No, we're not here hating on the program, eh? But all these social programs, PAP, STEP, PEP, the roofing program, governments does just use this to skim money here, there, and everywhere. Then just got the heart to ask, where the money out, the treasury gone? Like they ain't no. But hey, how people was to graduate when cost of living high, VAT on top of custom charges, and wages and salaries ain't gone up. Plus we give double salary pretty much every year since 2013, 2014, somewhere there. Double salary is unfair and doesn't help the entire country, and governments renege on their promise to do right for all the people. This is just giving people money in their hand. They're going to spend because more coming and they ain't got to work for it. And they're so conditioned to expect it now that they're putting it to the government that they're supposed to get double. Case in point, the peacekeepers, apparently, people who are on the peace program reached down government headquarters for the double salary too. Well, the program came about as a way to decrease crime, and it has worked by paying persons to not break the law. Oh, the irony of that. At first, Uncle Tim and Grant denied it, saying that they ain't know about it. But then on the platforms, is all of them taking credit for the success of it. We don't know what the outcome was, but our sources saw an argument with a PS and a few of them. We gonna see how we go. Every year, double pay, and people say, raise my salary instead of double. Let me make more money monthly than get 2 salary once a year. And now the inflation about is worse now. So, let's recap a little. The PAP running out of money, honorarium done pay and cost about 5 million, double salary in November as if December and 2 other VAT days ain't there. And people seem to forget January, a long month, the peacemen them apparently making noise for the double. And according to Dr. Drew on Voices last week,
The peace are registered as workers. You can't deny them that official designation by the former administration.
oh, budget ain't start yet, and we already ending the year in a deficit.
Corruptions.
So yeah, back to the Gigi and Hiweji. A picture of a fake article was brought to his attention. The Gigi said, not the eye. He take himself from that real fast and said police investigating it. The headline of the picture said he making people in think it's wealthy. Gigi ain't about that life, y'all. Moving on to the real royalty. The Royal Highness, there was a cannabis panel week before that, put up for this episode. The panel consisted of the AG, a doctor, weed connoisseurs, and 2 scientists, one who is a loctician and one who's a director, who ain't let themselves talk about ideas they have, how they benefit, and what the government gonna do when they get the weed law. It's high life, pun intended. You can watch the full thing on ZIZ online channel, YouTube. Somebody got shot dead in Dietbe on Friday. Police say Alvin Romney Parsons is the victim and they're investigating. Tourism Minister Marsha was in the UK with a team from both islands to market the federation. It's the first time there's such cohesion between both authorities. Before it was each island for itself, but we're supposed to be one federation, While she was there, the largest cruise ship, Wonder of the Seas, docked here on Monday. PM Drew welcomed them, so no worries there. Then, and chose that it was his and Sugar Bowl's birthday. Joe surprised Sugar Bowl live on radio. Cabinet had surprised him the day before. Conway says he visited the water storage facilities in Monkey Hill. He said they're going to try to restore 24-hour water supply and will give plans on the way forward. We'll update you when he does so. Meanwhile, Garth was in Mauritius attending the Commonwealth Law Ministers meeting. SKN was also elected to the action group. Meanwhile, good old ZIZ get new board oil, and my God, them faces young, like me. Okay, not the one there, but the rest young. Me Frayko crook on the board. Hope the iron did not last an hour with that one there. But click the button and subscribe. And would you look at that? The model cup, eh? You get me? Shall we call it a redemption or something else? Either way, we wish the new board all the best and impart our wishes that ZIZ is transformed, but we're not holding with breath. Frayko was scrolling through the interwebs today and he nearly spilled all his juice when he read that CONTEC workers were protesting on the Most High's most blessed Monday morning. Asemias, the man them up there with placards chanting enough is enough and demanding payment of wages. Some demand them say they pay all over the place. 300 one week, 700 the next. Others say they ain't get paid for months. Months! From the first month you ain't stop home, you make it 2 months? My guy, this is brown season. And you make it months without getting paid? If these allegations are true, CONTEC needs a good up investigation by Labor Department and from Social Security, cause Social Security not getting paid was another complaint. We hope the situation gets sorted soonest, cause we're heading into December and Christmas time and people's children have to eat. Now, we on to the section now where we wine we ass, oh yeah, for sugar mass. And we're really doing that this week with the amount of songs releases. Upset Squad out the gate a while now. But Small Axe Band, Collision Band, Grandmasters Band, and Sugar Band release. Masters was a little different this year because lead singer Ruckus teamed up with Dejo to produce Outside Again, and the song sounding real nice. Mr. Bagnall, KO, and JTS Entertainment also released their tracks. Cool, so we chipping down the road, eh? Oh yes! Meanwhile, Carnival FaceTime, MUA challenges, high gear. The pictures of styles are creative, vibrant, lively, and full of color. It's literally a good look. In disappointing news, Inception Fed say they're not putting on events for Sugar Mass this year. We don't know why, but they say what they say, and we don't want to diminish the quality of their products. Moving on, this week we had the first ever joint youth parliament sitting. The St. Kitts National and Antigua and Barbuda Youth Parliament Associations linked up in a mock sitting on Friday. They debated instituting a health investigation committee, changing the majority age to 16, and a combo resolution on integrity, anti-corruption, and freedom of information. We love when the young people show up the elders. Keep it going, young ones. Keeping it with the youth, kids say the darnest things. Are you ever see the meme or the chubby white boy trying to explain a dream? Well, and win conversations with our kids on Saturday, Junior Minister of Youth, Iseline Phillip, showed us exactly how the camera was going on when trying to piece together the preciousness that falls from the mouth of our youngest.
Who's the Prime Minister. Candace Maynard, he's another minister in government. He's the representative for constituency number 3, and he's also a singer, so he's a performer. So you know that song, maybe you've heard Unstoppable Force. No? No. Oh, you're a different generation. Okay, but he's a singer, so he sings a lot of patriotic songs. So, but I will tell him.
Is he like so at my school my teacher owns a preschool
Okay.
and one of the students name are Dejeuner.
Okay.
So like is he like her father?
Not that I know of. I don't think his daughter's name is Dejeuner, but he does have 2 daughters. And what school do you go to?
Bridgeway Academy. I used to go to Kidz.
Oh, okay. So no,
Shame.
I don't. Oh, okay. So I don't think they go to that school. So, you may
No,
they may
what
not.
I mean like that is like Dejeuner's father. His name is Dejeur.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so no, De Jure and Minister Maynard are 2 different people, but De Jure is a singer too. So
Protect these kids, not just for the comedic goal, but because they are the ones who could truly hold adults' feet to the fire. Now, brothers and sisters, saints and sinners, as we close this episode and wind down this season, we want to say season's greetings and happy holidays. Our season finale will be the week of the 12th when we come hard and heavy for the new year. But you could definitely feel that comedic tooth with our past episodes. Run up the views, subscribe and share and comment. We really, really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm your host, your favorite Rasta, Sister Nikolae, and I thank you. Check out our other content and Taboo Talk here and here. Toodoo!